serious issue that maybe people are being stopped from voting. It's a calm day. People are moving on well with the exercise, and we hope we push through up to the end.
Unlike the presidential and parliamentary polls, where electoral materials arrived late at several polling stations, voting materials were delivered on time at most polling station centers. In Wakiso district, despite the timely delivery of materials, voter turnout remained low, with some polling stations indicating that it could take up to 15 minutes to see a single voter arrive. According to Torobert Musinguzi, the Electoral Commission returning officer for Wakiso, the low turnout was largely due to lack of civic education about the local council elections.
They would brand it as civic awareness, to know the value of your leader, to know why it is so important that you should come out and participate in determining who leads you. It's like if you are blind, you need a credible person to lead you. If you are blind and you get a person who is also not a clear vision, and please with due respect to, so we need credible leaders. A leader is the eye, the ear of the society. Is the voice of the society. So we need a person who will voice our ideas.
In Wakiso, National Resistance Movement candidate Ian Cheine voted at Mende polling station. Cheine, who previously led Wakiso district from 2001 to 2011, expressed optimism about winning the election.
You find that they have challenges. The rural people have challenges. The urban people have challenges of urbanization. You find that someone here, to give him 5,000, it's like you have not given him money. Why I bring reconciliation is to make sure that we reconcile our people, reconcile those issues. I started.
His closest rival, Nopos Nasifu Nadja, cast his vote at Nache Sanja in Kawanda, Wakiso district. Nadja also expressed confidence in winning, but criticized the low turnout, including in some rural areas.
If the turn up for LC5 is like this, then what about for the LC3, which is in 2 weeks to come? So let the Electoral Commission do its work. Let it declare the will of the people. We get low funding from the center. True, we get a little funding, but still, we must look outside the box to get additional funding, but legally through legal means, not through money laundering.
He accused the security operatives of interfering in the election process and claimed that some Electoral Commission officers failed to perform their duties.
Information from the presiding officers themselves and the supervisors, both at parish and sub-county, that they were told not to seal envelopes, which are going to the tally center, so that they get leeway.
However, returning officer Torobert Musinguzi dismissed the allegations.
With the results that is going to the returning officer, place it in the transparent envelope and seal it in the presence of the agents or the candidates, in the presence of the voters who are there. Every envelope containing results must reach the returning officer when it is sealed. And they open those envelopes in the presence of the candidates and their agents. So any envelope that reaches me unsealed, I'm supposed to bring it to the attention of the people.
Meanwhile, Democratic Front candidate Flavian Nakafelo voted at Kazo Mixed Playground.
Akati nzize okulaba nga nsooka okukwatira ku bavubuka oba empowering namwe abakyala kati mufunye eddoboozi ku mmeeza esalawo era nzize okutumbula eddoboozi ly'abakyala kubanga ssentebe wamwe asookedde ddala omukyala kulw'abaana baffe abato betuzadde nabo bamanye nti bisoboka abeere ng'asoma ng'amanyi nti mu butuufu ennabankuze njagala mbeereko bwa ssentebe wa disitulikiti y'Okiso omukyala asookedde.
As Ugandans continue to vote for leaders at the local council level, including municipalities, Musinguzi urged voters to turn up in large numbers and participate in the electoral process.
It's what they receive from the local government needs in the councils. Because you see, all policy formulations, all these programs that the government brings up, the councillor who is representing you in the district council is the one we're electing now. Should be a credible man or woman who will stand in the district council and inform them that in my parish, in my village, we really need water.
According to the recent population census, Wakiso district has a population of over 3.3 million people, though only about 1.4 million voters are expected to participate in the local council elections. Deborah Namamonde, Tanaba Kenneth, UBC News.
Citizens across the country on Thursday cast their ballots to elect local council leaders, district chairpersons, the mayor of Kampala and other local government representatives. However, voter turnout remained low at several polling stations, with only a few residents turning up to vote. In Kampala, NRM candidate Moses Kizito Nsubuga and DP candidate Beatrice Nambimao, both vying for the Kampala Lord Mayorship seat, cast their votes and expressed optimism about victory.
Voters across the country participated in the local government elections in line with the Electoral Commission's polling schedule. However, voter enthusiasm appeared low, with the residents arriving at polling stations one by one, while some Electoral Commission officials were seen resting or engaging in casual conversations.
buli muntu wafuna mukagapo nga kasoma tebali wadde nakola ki nalonda ensonga lwaki nange nonze bwomu.
I was born here, actually up there, and it feels good to be back home. And it was, the turnout is not all that good, but let's see what happens.
NRM Kampala mayoral candidate Moses Kizito Nsubuga cast his ballot at Mukwana Kedi in Kampala. He said he was optimistic about winning the race and highlighted key initiatives he plans to implement to improve the lives of city residents.
Tiramba suubize enkyukakyuka eno gye musazeewo olunaku lwaleero egenda kubeera nkyukakyuka ya mugundu tugenda kulaba ku kibuga ekyeyagaza buli muntu.
DP candidate Beatrice Nambimao, accompanied by her husband Norbert Mao, cast her vote at Mpaji polling station along Busabala Road. After voting, Beatrice Mao expressed confidence in her chances of winning.
I'm expecting a win.
She pledged improved service delivery and inclusive leadership for Kampala residents.
When DP was in Kampala, we were better off. When I reclaim this seat back, we will get back to order.
DP President and Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Norbert Mao stated that the party is committed to regaining Kampala's lost glory should their candidate win.
People are missing DP, and DP will come back in this election because DP is a party of the ordinary people. That's why our symbol is the hoe. When Sebana Kizito was here, he started estates like Namuongo so that the poor people are not chased away. But now the poor people are being chased to Matuga. They are being told go to Luwero. The poor people are being told go to the suburbs. Now they are saying we have Kampala Metropolitan Authority. That means the poor are leaving.
The Kampala Lord Mayoral race has attracted candidates from multiple political parties and independents, including NUP's Ronald Balimwezo Nsubuga, NRM's Moses Kizito Nsubuga, DP's Beatrice Nambimao, FDC's Ibrahim Kasozi Biribawa, and independent candidate Nabila Nagai, among others, all seeking to unseat incumbent Arias Lukwago of the PFF, Amwaeva Njuko, and Mike Bakabulindi for UBC.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we'll return with more stories after these messages.
Make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't. You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Kabogozi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You come all the way from Namavundi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You walk on the air. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
You can register for NSSF. How contributing your Simate life? Now deep down in Mbarara. Make NSSF payments. No wahala okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow kuhika gochido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account, Jubira. NSSF, a better life.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Starting with 100,000 shillings, you begin building real financial strength, because wealth doesn't just happen, you build it. And the ones who start early end up ahead. Every deposit, every month, every little increase. This is how your money grows into wealth. Put your money to work with the experts at SBG Securities. Partner with us today on your investment journey.
SBG Securities. Keep growing for you, for them, forever.
Welcome back from that break. Tensions flared in the Gulu city mayoral race following clashes between supporters of the incumbent mayor and challenger Julius Labeja. The confrontation occurred outside the Gulu city administration block amidst allegations of vote rigging. The violence followed the arrest of 3 women at a polling station in Wigotsel, Pechelaro division, accused of being paid to pre-tick ballot papers. The incident came amid a low voter turnout at several polling stations across the city.
What started in the morning as a free and fair elections with low turnout in the morning turns chaotic during the day as police apprehend 6.
LC1 in the council of Mangway, Colonia, Canada. Any time you make a few particular war when you make a there. Get you quality. I'll give you what with creep and not again. You mean eating a papa.
I have arrested one. He's in my car. Others ran away. We work tirelessly for this victory and we will win. It doesn't matter what he does. No matter how much money he puts out in this election.
For UBC News, Stephen Okelo from Gulu.
Leaders expressed disappointment over low voter turnout in nationwide local government elections, citing alleged intimidation and concerns over Electoral Commission preparedness. Polling across the country, including Kawempe Division, saw notably low turnout, with many stations quiet for most of the day. Some leaders said fear and political rivalry discouraged residents from voting. Dr. Emmanuel Serundoji expressed regret over the poor turnout, noting it undermines democratic governance and promising increased mobilization in future elections.
Elections were conducted nationwide to choose leaders at various levels, including LOC5 chairpersons, city mayors, and other local government officials. However, voter turnout was low in several areas, falling short of the numbers witnessed during the recent presidential and parliamentary elections. In Kawempe division and other parts of the country, voters were seen arriving at polling stations sporadically, with many stations remaining largely quiet for most of the day. Several polling stations in Kawempe recorded minimal activity as voters trickled in slowly, a sharp contrast to the large crowds commonly observed during national elections.
Come Tuesday, people may fail to come to vote. Me back in office, because I'm aware that most of the people are interested in my being elected back in office. But my worry now emanates from what I've just seen, that there are few voters, and that one puts me in a very, very bad situation. But
we tulina abalonzi abakunukiriza omutwalo kuba aliwo polling station nyingi 13 baganya okujja okulonda. Tubadde tuyitaayitamu nga batugana abantu bannawera 3 ku polling station zonna.
Wiki ejja nga 27 kubanga kati tulonze ba road councillor nze nga kwendi, wiki ejja bagenda kulonda ba mayors abakiikirira divisions, kubiriza Kawempe North nti gwe omuntu yenna woba tolonze oba weeryaza amaanyiza gwe mwennyini, kubanga bonna ayagala service. Tolina gw'ogenda saba service nga tewajja kukola ki kulonda. Okulonda kuno
Some leaders interviewed described the situation in Kawempe and other areas as worrying, noting that many residents stayed away due to fear and intimidation linked to intense political rivalry.
Abalondesa bakedde naye abantu abalonzi ekyamazima batono nnyo kubanga ntuuseeko n'ejjinja kalooli ku kisaawe, ate wano turn-up eri kaleko naye ejjinja kalooli abantu batono.
Abantu bwe tubadde tulowooza nti bwe banaakavaamu bagenda kujja balonde abakulembeze be balowooza nti be balina obbakiikira, kuba ino bakulembeze ba wansi.
Kubeera abatono ku polling stations tekiri Wambogo wokka, but kiri buli polling station eri wano mu Kawempe wonna andi ne mu ggwanga wonna.
Naye turn-up eri wansi okusinziira nga abantu bwe baali wano mu bungi ku lunaku lw'okulonda ba pulezidenti.
Kyetusinza okulabamu olunaku olwaleero, turn-up ya leero ntono nnyo olw'obululu obwasoose okubaawo.
They further observed that some voters were discouraged by acts of intimidation allegedly carried out by certain leaders and political parties, particularly targeting supporters of rival camps.
Losing morale of voting. So we are calling upon all players, those who have contributed to intimidating people and changing results of voters, to stop, or else people will shy away from voting.
Ffe nga abamanyi okulengerera ewala ebyobufuzi tumanyi nti waliwo abantu ekyebasirikidde era ekibanyiizizza.
Dr. Emmanuel Serundoji expressed regret over the low voter turnout, saying the lack of participation undermines democratic governance. He added that if given another opportunity, he would intensify mobilization efforts to encourage residents to actively participate in future local government elections.
You are aware that elections is very important. Yes, we vote or we elect the central government, as we elected last time, the president and the legislators, the members of parliament. But I would like to urge people to take local government elections as important as they could think about. Because elections of local governments are very important to the extent that those are the people whom you ask for services. The basic services are offered at the local government level. So when you shy away and you don't vote local government leaders, you are liable on the poor services delivery
and on poor leaders who are elected in office. Because if you good people don't turn up to vote, then bad people will turn up to vote and they vote bad people in the office. Since I'm aware that people of Kawempe are appreciative of what I've done, and I'm going to pull up my mobilization skills to make sure that people come and vote for the best leader of Kawempe division, and none other than Dr. Emmanuel Seronjoji Owede.
Leaders also condemned the Electoral Commission, citing what they described as inadequate efforts to reassure voters and protect them from intimidation during the electoral process.
Ebbanga lyonna tuzze tugirabula nti Electoral Commission yateebwawo nga lutindo lwa mulonzi na buyinza.
I say good people always contributed. They contribute a lot as far as electing bad people in office is concerned. Because when good people shy away, they don't vote.
Despite the low turnout and concerns raised, the voting exercise remained largely peaceful in Kawempe division and other parts of the country.
Voter turnout in the Kasese District Local Council 5 elections remained low, trailing levels seen during last week's presidential and parliamentary polls. Former district chairperson and FDC LC5 aspirant Sibendire Tembo Geoffrey Bigogo attributed the apathy to alleged irregularities in earlier elections, which he said eroded public trusts. Residents in Mpondwe Lubiriha Town Council expressed similar concerns, citing frustration over previous losses. Meanwhile, NRM Youth Coordinator for the Rwenzori sub-region, Moses Bwambare, said some voters arrived early but later withdrew due to poor weather.
First election laid the foundation on which we are going to stand. NRM won the elections for the president, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and all the 6 members of parliament were all NRM in Kasese district. That's already a foundation on which everybody is building. And I believe all the NRM flag bearers in Kasese for Chairman LC5, woman councillor, and the directly elected male councillor. We are anticipating victory for all of us.
Electoral abatezi bakaro tubakwiza nkabulikiro nindoro mwanya gulukonka tugulinkogozere kwa twakomera ninhera abantu abwakatali kyabatanga kwiza kukoma katulinde kasaha tutandika saha musanze munana basobora kwiza kukoma bitutoro mwanya abantu balihabo kukoma itunihera baija kwiza.
There is low voter turnout at my polling station and other polling stations that have moved to. I attribute this mainly to being a market day throughout the district. People have gone to do their business first, and I'm sure by 3 p.m. they should be able to come and vote. Then the other reason is the people who lost in the parliamentary and presidential elections are not having morale. They are demoralized to come and vote again, be in fear that they could lose again.
Newly elected Mbarara District Chairperson Hygiene Twanjeirwe outlined poverty reduction, food scrutiny and anti-corruption as his top priorities. Speaking after voting at Wizibweda Muslim Primary School, Twanjeirwe said his administration will work with councillors and stakeholders to boost household income through coffee farming. He also pledged to enforce bylaws requiring homesteads to grow food and crops and support environmental conservation, including tree planting campaigns. Twanjeirwe was elected unopposed.
We have deployed very well. We want peaceful elections in Mbarara district.
However, harumwe sente nyingi munonga ezikuruga abinyesibire nabo
nibagaba sente konka so far so good police yone kurumo murungi babakwata abamwe bariyo nibakora statements kugamba babahe sente mwe tuyo tugezo kurwana n'MPS konka ikizibu kiri yo mukaruraka itweka flag bearers tuhajiri abo kuba umushana gubire n'gwaka ubuci ya personnel C5 wanje agenzire kandi ayine bendera kandi wasigira karuru kwiyatungire bendera twa bamwimukira bamuhereza abo kuba ekitinse bendera tuje ekitinse
I'm giving out to the people since I'm chairperson elect. I'm waiting for swearing in. The challenge we have in Mbarara is poverty. So one of the things I have on agenda is to fight poverty. How do I fight poverty? One, by introducing some cash crops. For example, coffee. My proposal, the one that is on the table, is coffee. How do we promote coffee? If we can get it, the government can help us, and we get enough seedlings so that every homestead gets like 20 trees or 30 trees to plant in his acre or her acre. So that's how we shall promote, so that we can get something. If the coffee is not good, then we can, in some areas, find the coffee may not grow well, we can have bananas. Because when you go countryside, when you go to our areas in the sub-counties, you find people don't have food. So how do we promote food? By making sure we have the food security, making sure the family, the homes, they have enough food. So we are going to encourage people. I intend to introduce to have a bylaw, so that I sit with my council, we get.
Polling materials were distributed early, but voting started late in some areas after the minimum number of 10 voters needed to commence polling was not reached. Voter turnout remained very low across the district of Mpigi, while some candidates attributed the poor turnout to limited campaigning and inadequate voter awareness. In Kamengo sub-county, the male district councillor seat remains vacant following disputed results. In Butambala district, voting started late due to delayed materials, but later proceeded, with candidates actively participating. Voter turnout remained very low across Mpigi district. Some candidates interviewed attributed the poor turnout to limited campaigning, noting that many voters were not adequately informed about the candidates or the electoral process.
Kulonda bano bakansala ne basente ba district tewaliwo kumanyisibwa bulungi.
In Kamengo sub-county, Mpigi district, the seat for the male district councillor remains vacant following distributed results, with candidates returning amid controversy.
Badidde candidate Yoweni UP ne bamuteekako akabonero akabaasi ne baddira akabonero k'NUP ne bakateeka ku NRM.
Katuuka ebyokulonda akampigi kakole mangu ku nsonga nga kalwako nako tukalonda olwaleero.
Meanwhile, in Butambala district, voting started late after election materials arrived behind schedule. However, polling later commenced, with one of the candidates for the Butambala district chairperson seat, Kimirante Musa, actively participating in the race.
Electoral Commission babituusiza ate nga babituusa bitundutundu baleeta boxi tezirina bisaanikira kyekirwisizza okulonda.
Kimirante Musa also pointed out several challenges encountered during the election, including alleged attempts at vote theft and reports of candidates distributing money during the night.
Tulina information gye tufunye mu kitimba ne mu ggombolola y'eŋŋando nti waliwo obululu olwedde bwabadde buteekingiddwa ne tubugwamu.
Musa is contesting for the Butambala district chairperson seat against 4 other candidates, including Nambowa Rashida of the National Unity Platform, who was present at the time, Kangave of the NRM, and others.
Welcome home to entertainment. To Wi-Fi everywhere. To high-speed internet. To security. To first-class support. To convenience. Welcome home to MTN WakaNet, superior internet for every home. Visit www.mtn.co.ug/WakaNet. Welcome home. Together, we're unstoppable.
Unisteel Investment Uganda Limited, shaping the future of steel in East Africa and beyond. With an investment of over $100 million and a production capacity of 300,000 metric tons per annum, Unisteel is setting new standards in steel manufacturing. At our state-of-art facility, we produce TMX rebars, branded Unis TMX 500 CWR, and high-quality wire rods using only imported virgin steel billets. Every batch is tested and tracked for unmatched quality assurance. Our steel powers the region's most ambitious projects, from dams, skyscrapers, to bridges and beyond. Unisteel, superior quality, trustworthy choice.
Special announcement. The NRM Secretariat wishes to sincerely appreciate all Ugandans for re-electing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and majority of NRM parliamentary flag bearers in the recent concluded elections to lead the country for the next 5 years. As we continue to celebrate the attained victory, the NRM Secretariat also wishes to remind all Ugandans and the general public that elections for the district chairpersons, Kampala Lord Mayor, mayors and councillors will take place on Thursday, the 22nd of January 2026, while voting for the municipality, city division chairpersons and councillors will be held on the 27th of January 2026 across the country. Let us stand up and vote to assert our choices as we protect our gains. Long live President Museveni, long live NRM. This message is brought to you by the NRM Secretariat.
Starting with 100,000 shillings, you begin building real financial strength, because wealth doesn't just happen, you build it. And the ones who start early end up ahead. Every deposit, every month, every little increase. This is how your money grows into wealth. Put your money to work with the experts at SBG Securities. Partner with us today on your investment journey.
SBG Securities. Keep growing for you, for them, forever.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us, and more news stories this evening. The Bibanja Owners Development Association has appealed to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to grant them greater enforcement authority to enable them to effectively carry out their mandate and promote peace among Bibanja holders. The appeal follows President Museveni's victory in the recent elections, in which he secured 71.65% of the vote.
We are very happy to congratulate you, His Excellency, upon winning this election, because, as you said, this office, we had lost trust amongst our voters on ground, but because you entrusted us, we've been able to mobilize for you votes. As you can see, we are very young, we are the youth, and amongst the old people that have known the good in what you do, we, the young people, the youth, have also come up and joined the struggle with you, to move with you in this journey, the political journey, as we enforce peace and freedom in this country. So on that note, as we are continuing with the work that you gave us, stopping all the unlawful evictions of people from their land and Bibanja that causes a lot of insecurity, we request for more enforcement. And at this point, I also love to appreciate the people that we've been able to work with, the Permanent Secretary, Hajinis Kakande. Thank you so much for the support. As every time we come to your office, you're always there to work with us. General Damulia, we also thank you so much, the IGG, and the different stakeholders that you're actually working with.
Abapolisi abakabana n'ababbi n'abalamuzi abamu abakolagana abeetabana n'ababbi n'abamagye abamu abeetabana n'ababbi n'abaladisa abamu abeetabana n'ababbi. Pulezidenti abantu abo okulaba nga abantu abo tubaleese gye bali bakwatibwako. Waliwo abamu abeekubana n'ababbi okulaba nga bannayuganda babulwa emirembe. Bwe twagala atandikireko babeere nga basobola okuvunaanibwa batekere mu mbuga z'amateeka n'okulaba nti ekibiina kino ng'ekivuddeyo okulaba nti yakitandikawo.
And that's all we had for you this evening. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lauryn Masaka Kazimoto, and together with my colleague, Muhammad Mugalu, we do wish you a good night.